Hello everybody, here we are at Cedar Adventure for another episode. So I've kind of put a hold on the Planet Snoopy area, as I'm not really sure what else is going to go around that kind of area. So I've kind of left it until the rest of the park develops, and then I can go back and finish up the area basically, and just kind of, you know, smooth out the edges, that kind of thing. So ever since I built the first wooden roller coaster, I had the idea to build a second wooden roller coaster in the park. And as you know, some parks do have more than one wooden roller coaster, but they're always kind of different styles. Maybe one is a classic, you know, they're very normal out and back roller coasters which follow a very simple layout where they go out using a series of hills, they turn around and then come back. Or you have more of like the GCI style wooden roller coasters, which are very twisty. I can give you some examples, like Apocalypse at Six Flags Magic Mountain, Troy at Toverland, that kind of thing. They're very twisty. They utilize change in directions. So this one was very inspired by Mystic Timbers, and it basically wanted to use the terrain quite a lot, as it does drop in a few different levels, and I thought it'd be really cool to kind of use that terrain to really create some speed with the train without having to go too high. So the layout is not my favorite layout I've ever done. I was kind of struggling a little bit, but I got there in the end and did something I was kind of happy with. So yeah, basically this is a GCI style wooden roller coaster using a lot of twists and turns and using the terrain. And this is going to be different to the other wooden coaster as it is a bit more twisty. And also I'm going to do the supports in grey, which will give it that look that it's got a steel structure, like a hybrid wooden coaster. And then I'm going to put on the 2-car trains, which you can do in the game, which give it the look of Millennium Flyer trains, which are the trains that GCI use. So I'm just going to go in and do some custom supports. I'm not going to show you all of the process of this, but I'm going to show you just kind of the beginnings and the ends of what I did. So I was trying to find a different way to do the footers for the roller coasters, and as you've seen so far, I've used the cube from the Pipes and Vents set. I have used the round vents from Pipes and Vents and made round footers and put the poles in. So with this one I am sinking the pillar from the in-game. It's the one that has the 2 different colours either end, and I'm sinking that into the ground. It pokes out enough to give a round kind of small footer. So I'm trying that out with this one, see how that goes. So I'm going to play around and see what looks best. Maybe go back to using the square cube that I use quite a bit. So the GCI roller coasters normally have quite a lot of triangular structure on the lift hills and on those banked drops that they always use. So I'm just trying to recreate that here. The roller coaster is quite close to the spinning coaster I built a few episodes ago, and hopefully it doesn't matter too much. I try and break it up with some trees and put in a tree line, but I didn't want to get it really clashing, otherwise it was going to become too cluttered in that area. But I do kind of like the position of the wooden roller coaster, so I wasn't really too keen to move it. So hopefully it's fine where it is, and when I put the trees in it will look okay. So as I've said, that this was got the idea for this coaster from Mystic Timbers. Mystic Timbers is at Kings Island. It is a GCI wooden roller coaster that kind of has a theme of like it's got mystery, and there's a forest, and I think it's got the shed at the end, the famous what's in the shed, and there's nothing in there really. So that was the kind of idea for this one, and I kind of wanted to use that theme with this. So I've gone in with, you know, making like a lot of foliage, doing that kind of forest look, along with like a worn out kind of debris in the station. I've got barrels and that kind of thing going on. So that's the idea for this, and it really does contrast towards the other wooden roller coaster that is in the park, and that was the whole idea that I was going for. So I'm going to leave you now to let you watch what I'm doing. I get through quite a lot in this week's episode. Normally I just kind of, you know, do the layout of the roller coaster, and the next week I'll do all the supports and the stations and stuff. But this time, because the layout didn't take very long at all, I'm literally just going to whiz through everything now, and you can stick around and watch me kind of basically nearly complete this ride. I'm going to put some screenshots at the end of the video for those of you who want to see some stills of what I basically did. But thanks for watching, please comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time for another episode. Bye!